So to start with, I didn't realize I had so many ability points. I'm going to upgrade my limit break to max it out. We still have 1,000 left. What could we do for that? I don't use that ability. Yeah, I do use this one. Details. I already upgraded this once, didn't I? Yeah, it's already upgraded, so Mastery just lets it be used elsewhere. So that's not what I'm after. That's already upgraded. That's learned, but I'm not using it. Oh, I didn't upgrade this. Widens area of effect and increases. Yeah, let's do that. Never used that. 600 left. Where does this upgrade? Hits and radius. Okay. Hey, so you can see it get bigger in the example, I think. Yeah. It is quite a bit larger. Alright, we were heading back out to the desert. It's sending us where we found that turtle last time, actually. Wait, which is not this door. It's this door. Let me just double check again. I looked for... Yeah. That's where that turtle was. You're usually playing Monster Hunter? Here was me thinking you were going to say usually you have work, but it was a day off.
Good girl. Faster.
Hey, 4 bars of limit break. That's like 30 seconds of limit break. That's more than 25 seconds of limit break. I wish buying an upgrade for it filled it out. Either Turgle is very fast or Vichkobo is very slow. I think it's the latter. I don't really feel much faster on it. You work evenings on a Thursday. Okay. So that's why you've got to get in your convenience store shopping and monster hunting early. Yeah, this would have made it really hard to miss the turtle. But he's already dead. I've forgotten specifically what I was doing for this. Oh, bandits, that's right.
We've got company. Come on, lads, let's tear the bastard's head off.
Ooh, I had a different animation. I got upgraded it, and it did a lot more damage. Good grief. Oops. Gotta warm up. That is so much larger AoE, good grief. It's a very quick second stagger. Yeah, I didn't get the other effort skill because it didn't look appealing. It's essentially Woodman's shield skill from Mega Man. The only other ability we've learned for Ifrit is when we're in his form. Which was called Brimstone, if I remember rightly.
This must be Ignac's luggage. Nothing seems to be damaged.
Oh, well, we're looking for the blade. That's what we're doing.
Let's get it back to Dalamil.
To make the blacksmith happy again because he's a manic depressive.
I hear I have you to thank for the return of my effects. What shall I call you, my good man?
Wyvern. Glad to make your acquaintance.
A formidable name indeed. Well, Wyvern. I appear to be in your debt. Redeem here tells me you wished for an audience. Is that all?
A few moments of your time should suffice, yes.
You're a peculiar fellow, Wyvern. All right, speak.
Master Wyvern was wondering if you could tell him about a certain single-edged sword you recently acquired.
Thank you for using your prime again,
Drove me
Grumpy.
hard on the price, but I would have sold her Radim here to get my hands on that sword. It was made in the Outer Isles, far beyond the Twins, and is used exclusively by the practitioners of a unique school of swordsmanship. They believe no combat should ever exceed a single strike, and hone their blades to such perfection that none ever does. Each sword is made for that one perfect stroke, and for that stroke only. They crack upon a second blow. There's a brutal sort of beauty to it, really.
But how do they hone such an edge?
Fine question. Why, they use a whetstone, of course. Whetstones, rather. A whole array of them, ranging from the coarse to the fine. 10,000 licks with the sharpening stone, then 10,000 more. But it is the final stone which lends the blade its legendary sharpness. A mineral quite foreign to this great realm of ours.
Super glue.
And that is the key. The secret ingredient. Wyvern, it occurs to me that my little lecture is hardly equal to services rendered. Take this, together with my regards. The very stone of which I spoke, far rarer among collectors than even the blade itself, and a far more fitting payment.
Thank you.
Pardon the intrusion, my lordship. However, it is long past time we prepared ourselves to depart.
So it is. I am locked in bitter competition with a rival collector of curiosities. I am one step ahead of the unscrupulous scoundrel, but he is hard at my heels.
Are there many other collectors out there?
Too many to count, but only one do I consider my nemesis. Lord Byron Rosfield. And is a perennial thorn in my side.
I can imagine.
Farewell, Wyvern. May our paths cross again. Radim, we mustn't dawdle.
I think his lordship
Redeem
is
looks
rather
like
tempting with you,
60% of
Master
Elden Ring's
Wyvern.
players'
Thank
second
you again
characters. Not
for your
first.
assistance.
Second.
Coming, my lordship. I'll be right there.
Trust Uncle Byron to find such an interesting rival. Now, let's see what Blackthorn makes of this whetstone, shall we?
Sundered Whetstone. Alright, head back in then.
Sorry for the wait, but hopefully you'll agree it was worth it.
You learned something about that sword then?
I did better than that.
A whetstone?
Yes. But not one you'll find anywhere in Valisthea.
No wonder I couldn't get the same finish on the grinding wheel. One hit and all done, eh? Might not be so bad if all you ever fought were duels. But good luck on the battlefield. Your second opponent would be your last, no matter how good you were.
Even so, is there some way it could be used to give the curse breakers an edge?
I think so, yeah. With this whetstone and the right kind of steel, I could probably even make a twin of the blade to rattle me. But there'd be no replacing this little rock once I worn it down to a sliver. I reckon we get a dozen swords from it, if that. Swords that the curse breakers wouldn't know how to wield properly, and that would see them through a single fire piece. Nah, no point trying to copy that thing. Be about as much use as a wax anvil. But finishing our blades with a whetstone this fine, now that's something to consider. And what's finer than fallen masonry, eh? Or more hard-wearing, for that matter. Just imagine it. Good Valesthian steel with an edge as sharp as any found in the Outer Isles. I won't make a copy, nah. I'll make something much better.
I'm sure the curse breakers will be delighted. Just don't push yourself too hard.
Don't you worry about me, sunshine. I'll be working day and night since I was half your age, and I'll still be here when you're long gone. Hey, thanks, Clive. I mean it. I owe you one, August too. It's good to know someone's looking out for me.
You'll be happy to hear you said that.
And I'll see that my debt to you's paid. First new blade I make's got your name on it. You come and find me when you've got the materials.
Oh, I need to find the materials now.
I will.
Excalibur. Let's see what nasty things it needs to make.
Clive,
Rex.
what do you want?
Malkinhide 1, Bomb Ember 1. The wire I can just buy. Okay. I presume that symbol means it's from
Anything
Hunt.
else?
For marks.
Crystal too.
We've not gone and done that quest yet. We're working our way through the layers first. Sure.
Trouble with the ledgers. Shouldn't he be asking Otto for help?
Someone embezzling from our, well, vigilante group. I don't really know what we are.
Is that the thing Tomes helped?
Mid told me she was building a ship.
So let's just check in with Desiree first.
How may I help you today, Clive?
550. Oh. Ah, 2 meteorite. Those are super rare. Thank you to whoever gave them.
Best of luck out there,
Hello,
Sid.
Nest.
Clive, did you get my letter?
That's why I'm here.
Shh. Otto might be listening.
Is this better?
A little. Listen, I've some bad news. It turns out the hideaway may be slightly behind in its payment to certain lenders, and it may be my fault. But I swear to the goddess, I thought I had the
Are we
numbers
paying rent on
square.
this wreckage?
Sadly, that square turned out to be more of a circle. Zero, you might say. I can straighten it out, I swear, but it's gonna take some time, and I'm gonna need help keeping it from Otto.
Bit late for that, I'd say.
There you are! What a surprise!
So let me get this straight. You forget to pay our lenders what they're due, and instead of coming straight to me, you get Clive to come to you. And I hope he'll dig you out of the hole you've dug for yourself. Clive, the man in charge of the place you've been cheerfully trying to bankrupt. And you thought this was a cunning plan. Why? Well, who needs paying?
Oh, just Martha. And the dame. And, well, Lady Karen. But only 500 talents.
We owe 3 of our most trusted friends 5 million gil.
Each. 5 million each. They lent us the bulk of the money we used to rebuild the hideaway, you see, and, well, I must have made some sort of oversight.
Those ledgers were my responsibility, and it was my decision to entrust them to you. This is my fault.
Do we have that much to hand? I can always ask my uncle.
No, we don't. And no, you won't. We've lightened Lord Rosfield's purse enough. After the king's ransom we had off him, he deserves better than to see our begging bowl. Besides, we'll need to learn to stand on our own if we're gonna make this work.
All right. But that doesn't mean you have to shoulder the burden yourself. Is there anything I can do to help?
There might be. How'd you fancy taking these to Martha and the dame?
Rocks.
IOUs.
Rocks, he says. Worth 1,000 talents apiece, these are. A little something Sid and I set aside for when times got lean. And I reckon 15 million in overdue debt probably qualifies. I just hope our associates' eyes are a bit more discerning than yours.
I'm sure there will be.
Should be me making the rounds, really. But you know how it is with this place. Orders to bark, arses to wipe, and all that.
I know. Which is why I don't mind going in your place.
Go. Do you know why I only gave Master Clive here 2 star rubies?
Because you'd rather Lady Karen killed me.
Because I'd rather Lady Karen killed you. Yes.
Well, I suppose this is goodbye then.
Don't worry. I'm sure Karen will understand.
Really? Do you think so?
No.
No.
Saw that coming a mile away. Well, let's go to Martha and Martha's Rest. She should wipe away the debt. We saved her little town from the bear killer people.
Clive, we weren't expecting you.
I wasn't expecting to be here. But it seems we still owe you a considerable amount of coin for your help with our rebuilding efforts. And though I doubt it's what you were expecting, we were hoping you'd take this as payment.
A star ruby? I can't accept this. It's worth at least twice what you owe me. More if you can find yourself the right buyer.
Think of the difference as interest.
Interest? If word got out I charged that much, no one would ever borrow from me
Yeah, the
again.
Black Shield, that's right.
Anyway, why are you the one here asking me about this? I'd have expected Otto. Bit much sending the Lord Marquis out to settle your debts, isn't it? The old goat working himself to death again.
Something like that. Most days I think he's the only reason the hideaway's still standing.
Same as always, eh? Back when the place was nothing but a twinkle in the eye of a recently retired Lord Commander, word is he was the first one Sid reached out to. Probably knew that without his strong arm and level head, the idea would never get off the ground. Sid may have been the face of the hideaway, but Otto's always been the backbone. And when Sid passed away, we were all worried that would be the end of it. That Otto would just give up.
His death was hard on everyone. But it must have hit Otto hardest of all.
But he didn't give up, did he? Quite the opposite, in fact. If I recall, he was the one who nominated you as Sid's
Cool,
replacement.
Swanty.
And rallied the rest around you. I reckon what he saw in Sid, he saw in you too. And don't we all? Doesn't hurt that you're half as stubborn and twice as handsome, neither. That, and you keep good company.
I suppose I do.
So, no debt? If you take away the existence of fast travel in this game, the things the NPCs have you doing is ridiculous. Like going to opposite ends of a continent.
There's talk that the Glassgate flood has finally spread.
During a war. In a world in which monsters are real.
Did you hear? The gates to heaven.
I want to see you again.
What am I going to do without Sweetwater and Olive Tuck? Still...
Milady, I come bearing gifts.
Gifts? Whatever is the occasion.
Ooh, Sarah. Just plopping down right behind the chair.
Oh,
Safest possible place.
Clive, you really have outdone yourself.
Otto asked me to give it to you. To settle the Hideaway's debt with the Veil. And to compensate you for the time it took us to do so.
You disappoint me, Clive. I thought you might finally be warming to me. Tell Otto he can keep his baubles. I tried to tell him as much the first time around. The man owes me nothing, nor does the Hideaway. My contribution to the restoration effort was made freely and willingly. It was the least I could do.
You once told me Sid did you a kindness. I'd like to do the same. Please, accept it. For my sake. And for Otto's. For all of us. For all you've done.
It is rather fetching, isn't it? Very well. Otto is lucky to have you, Clive. I doubt anything could ever replace his son. But you and the others at the Hideaway are the closest thing he has to family.
Otto had a son.
Long ago. Yes. Sid told me Otto lost him when he was just a boy, and blamed himself for not being able to stop it. I don't know how it happened, whether there was anything he could have done, but it was clear that it weighed heavily on him.
I didn't know.
How could you have? I doubt anyone did. Besides Sid, I've never met a man more keen to bear his sorrows in stoic silence. An ill habit, given that both have always been surrounded by friends desperate to help them.
I'm beginning to see that.
Didn't even say goodbye.
Go will want to know the stones were delivered. If he's still with us.
How rude.
Is that the thing Tomes helped?
Mid told me she was building a ship.
Goat. Still alive, I see. So Lady Karen accepted the ruby.
Ah, about that. I tried my best, but she was just too stubborn to take it. She threw it right back in my face, in fact, and told me I could stick my stupid stone where the sun don't shine.
Karen refused payment.
I hope it wasn't something I said.
I'm sure you were as tactful as ever. Let me see what I can do.
Oh, wonderful. I hope you have better luck than I did.
She's just going to say that she did her part and she didn't expect repayment like the others did.
Lady Karen, Goad tells me you weren't happy with our offer. Would you prefer the debt was repaid in coin?
What debt? I don't recall lending any of you lot me hard-earned gil. I may have tossed a talent or two in the Hideaway's coffers, but those were donations, and you can hardly call it charity if you go asking for it back.
Of course not. But one good turn deserves another. And our circumstances have changed. Surely you wouldn't shun the gratitude of a pauper who happened to have become a prince.
Oh, so you're a prince now, are you? Fine. But I'm selling it and taking what I'm owed, then you're getting the rest whether you like it or not. Where'd you even get this? A decent trader might nab 1,000 talents for a star ruby. A canny one, meanwhile, might claim it were nicked from the belt of Sid the Outlaw himself and ask twice as much. Might be I already have a buyer in mind. Might be you even know her. A fine continental maid whose beauty's only eclipsed by a guile in commerce. You wouldn't mind, would you?
Not at all. Just be sure to tell her that it's always a pleasure doing business.
Does it teleport me right back? Oh, it is. Nice.
I hear you ended up delivering all 3 stones. Thanks to this lump. I sometimes wonder what I pay you for.
Speaking of which, I still haven't been paid last month's wages.
Oh, so you remember what's owed to you then? Get your ass behind that disc of yours and don't get up before those ledgers are square.
Right away.
I've seen that before.
You have, yeah. Plenty of times. It was the only goblet Sid ever used. Either out of habit, or because the filthy soul couldn't be bothered to find a clean one.
I knew so little about him.
Like most people.
Martha and the Dame both seem to have fond memories of him.
I bet they do.
How long did you know Sid before he...
Before he died. 20 summers, give or take. Back in the day, I was a purser on a trade ship, which is where I met him. He bought passage to... I forget where. And having nothing better to do on the long nights, we sat up drinking island rum till the morning bell dragged me back to my duties. Quit my post not long after that. On account of making a fine maiden's belly fat. But me and Sid stayed close, promising we'd one day sail the seas again. That was before fate stepped in and said she was having none of it. The magic woke inside my son soon after his first name day, and there was no hiding his knack.
Couldn't you and your family have...
My family were the ones who summoned the constable, wanted the monster taken away. I couldn't turn my back on him, forget what I felt, and I couldn't for the life of me understand how they could. Luckily, Sid was of the same mind as me. It was him who stood beside me when all I wanted was to tear the whole world down. Him who cried for me when I had no tears left of my own. Him who swore he'd do everything he could to stop it from happening again. And he was true to his word, too. Left the Royal Army once and for all. His ranks, his ribbons, gone. Just like that. Threw away everything he had. All to right a wrong that no one else had the courage to face. I knew then I'd follow that man to the ends of the earth. was always too clever for his own good, was Sid. Saw the world for what it really was, while the rest of us were content to go along with the lie we were shown. And it can't have been easy, bearing that burden alone. But he didn't let it stop him. He never lost faith in what he believed was right. And that gave us faith in him. Faith he'd steer us true. So I swore to myself that I'd always be right behind him, ready to catch the stubborn sod, if ever he should fall. But I couldn't even do that. Ignore me. Just the ramblings of a tired old man. Leave that lot. I'll tidy it up in a bit.
This is Sid's handwriting. Dear Otto.
I may be drunk, but I wanted you to know this place would be fucked without you. Love you, you grumpy old sod.
This note.
What about it?
Sid was right. Without you, we'd all be lost.
He should have bloody well said so then. Just once. Before he went. But then, why would he? Him, or anyone? I'd only have told him to piss off. You're wrong, though. Both of you. It was never just me keeping the hideaway afloat. It was all of us. I just shoved people in the right direction. And I barely seem to be able to do that anymore.
Would you rather go with the helm?
Well, maybe I've got a few more years left in me.
I'm going to hold you to that, Otto.
Before you go, Sid would have wanted you to have this.
But that's...
This'll do me just fine. Thanks for the ray of sunshine. I'll see if I can't pay you back.
Already have.
Alright then. That quest further leads credence to me that... Oh. Alright, yeah, it's just a display thing. And it's making an effort to make you know these people more, because I think that either all of them are going to die, or just the ones you spend the most time with.
Nick told me she was building a ship.
Is that the thing Tomes helped?
I believe we have 2 more letters to go now.
He cracked the crystal.
Well, and then that side quest over there for some kind of upgrade. If that's over in the garden, it's presumably to make potions better. That's done. Oh no, it's only one more here. Okay.
What could be wrong with Torgor? He seemed well enough when I last saw him.
Torgor's fine, he's right there.
I got your note. You think something's wrong with Torgor?
So you can read. Congratulations. But I didn't say I were wrong with him. I said something weren't right. He's not been eating me treats. He used to love cracking the bones from Molly's boiled brown, but now he won't so much as look at 'em. Didn't like him. Which is why I'm of a mind that his mind's on something else. You've not been working him too hard, have you?
No harder than usual.
He did turn into super form to fight a spinning turtle.
Do you need a rest?
What was it you said he was? A frost wolf?
That's what the lawsman seems to think.
Then maybe this all has something to do with whatever it is that's woken inside him.
I suppose things have been different since Rosalith. Perhaps Hippocrates knows something.
Instead of everything, you mean?
Well, that's true, he did keep on
Perhaps.
eating the old man's nuts. It's his only desire now, is old man nuts.
Lawsman, I need to ask you about Torgor. Something's not right with him.
He isn't ill, is he?
I don't think so. But according to Lady Karen, he seems to have lost his appetite, which is certainly a new development. She says he's hardly been touching his bones of late, and she believes it may have something to do with what happened at Rosalith Castle.
Desires human flesh.
I rather think she might be right, though not about his appetite. All canids are instinctively inclined to crack open bones for the rich marrow that resides within, and I see no reason why a frost wolf should be any different. Accordingly, I suspect it is not a lack of appetite that afflicts Torgor, but a surfeit of it. If we assume that his newfound magics require additional nourishment to sustain, it may well be that the bones Lady Karen is accustomed to providing are no longer sufficient. Frost wolves, after all, habitually prey upon far larger animals, whose bones may yield altogether different nutrients. As to where one might find a suitable substitute, some antelopes that graze the meadows of eastern Rosaria have been known to grow to a size more than double that of their lesser cousins.
I don't recall ever seeing any that large.
And little wonder. The oldest and largest such creatures rarely leave the safety of the highlands for fear of predators. The last elder antelope sighting I recall hearing about took place near Cressida, and that was long before the village was abandoned.
We're gonna go murder an innocent animal.
It seems like a good place to start.
Good hunting, Clive.
It's over there. Okay. Have you ever actually had antelope? You have. Was it dead at the time?
Faster!
I know he says faster there because I've only got one headphone on so I can hear the TV. It sounded like he said bastard! Wait, do I need to take a right? No, next right. Well, I've had a bunch of venison, yeah.
All right.
My granddad used to make it all the time. Oh, swole Minotaur. Because he hunted deer.
Well, it's certainly quiet. If I were a giant antelope, it would seem like just the place. I doubt we'll find
It
one
was
bigger than
like
that.
every other one we've seen.
You hungry, Torgal?
Different colour, maybe.
Nice try.
Oh, he went flying. The meat comes pre-cooked. Yeah, it's in his mouth.
No. Will it be enough, I wonder? I say that answers my question. Which means we owe the lawsman our thanks.
The meat was for Clive.
You're just a big puppy, aren't you? A very big puppy. You do know you can take that with you, Torgal. Lady Karen will be relieved to hear you've got your appetite back. Come on, boy.
Oops. Just randomly shooting off fireballs while trying to pet the dog. Oops. I was trying to cover the microphone to not bother Sora and accidentally pressed the PlayStation button. Although, oh, she is still here. It just didn't bother her that time because she's weird and just randomly takes issue with noises. Yes, I was talking about you. Hello. Hi. She decided to move now because she heard me talking about her. I was dissing her publicly.
I noticed you and Torgal had gone off somewhere. Take him for a walk, did
We're
you?
in the war.
You could say that.
So, Molly's leftovers weren't good enough, eh? That'll teach me for treating you like you're still a pup. All right, no need to shout. Now we know what you're after, I can see about getting some in.
Speaking of which, I brought one for later. Can I leave it with you?
One?
You can, aye. I'm nice like that. In return, you can thank Tomes for me. The bloody know-it-all.
I was just on my way to see him.
Were you?
Ah, Clive. Were you able to locate your quarry?
We were indeed, Lawsman. You pointed us in exactly the right direction. And Torgal's been a very happy hound ever since.
Very good, very good.
Lady Karen sends her thanks, by the way, for your part in solving the mystery.
Ah. But that reminds me. After your last visit, I found myself pondering Torgal's talents.
Do you recall our conversation concerning Lady Jill's role in Torgal's transformation?
About how she somehow woke the power within him.
Precisely that. A reasonable conclusion, I thought. But one which raised certain questions in my mind. You see, the Fenrir of legend served Shiva and Shiva alone. And while the powers attributed to him are certainly impressive, the records imply they are somewhat different in nature to those you described Torgal as having used.
What are you suggesting?
That Torgal may be the beneficiary of more than one icon's power. Consider that in addition to Lady Jill, he has served as a loyal companion to you, your brother, and even the late Cid. In short, the icons hitherto near at hand, or should I say at paw, have been diverse and plenty, and that number has only grown as the realm's dominance have fallen to your sword. One can but speculate as to how all of this has affected Torgal.
He has seemed more fierce of late.
And if I'm not mistaken, he will grow fiercer still. We are fortunate indeed to be able to count him amongst our allies and not our adversaries.
Oh, he's more than an ally. He's a friend.
You can look at Torgal's stats. I've done it accidentally before. I wasn't really paying attention to whether or not they were going up. Accessory that makes Torgal attack more. Then we might be able to equip it. On him, I mean. I don't want to take in a slot. Oh, there he is. His stats probably have gone up. Either way. Alright, one more quest, which is presumably a potion upgrade, and then I think we're good to do the main mission. I think he's more excited. At pet, but we already did. Actually, that's over here, isn't it? So it might not be the garden.
Cid, reckon you might be just the man to help me out of a bit of bother, if you've a mind to.
Let's hear it.
Well, it's about this alembic the chief's got me making. Lovely bit of kit it is. Bunging a solution you want splitting, and it'll separate it out, just like that. Problem is, it won't always get rid of all the impurities. And with some of the stuff we need it for, that ain't good enough. Which is why I've been looking for something to filter the liquid we'll be cooking off. And that's where I was hoping you could help me out.
Sure, why not? 40 renown for doing
This
this.
alembic too. Distilling medicines and the like. Alright. Why not?
Proper job!
So what exactly do you need?
I think
for
this is an
filter?
attempt at a farmer accent, but by someone who doesn't know like Yorkshire accents and things.
Obtained from the university stores. Couldn't believe my eyes. You pour the blackest blight water through it, and it comes out clear as a mountain stream. So, I did a bit of reading about where I might be able to get hold of some. And do you know what I found out? It's only the blimmin' bones of a bomb king. They leave 'em
Oh, I
behind
need
when
that
they
for
die, see?
Excalibur.
I take it that's where I come in.
Presumably, because it said bomb core something or other.
I saw a billet on the hunt board for one just the
Yeah,
other day.
okay, it will be.
Would have gone myself, but, well, fighting dirty great balls of flame isn't exactly my forte. You, on the other hand...
It's another case of voice not matching the face as well.
I'll see what I can do.
Thank you kindly. And good hunting, eh?
That's why it's worth so much renown.
Think Mid might need some help tidying up that workshop.
The quest is called Weird Science. Oh, I need to ask him about it specifically. I mean, he is also right there. So he's in Sandbreak. I better do it because it might not spawn otherwise. Okay, fair enough. The Crook in Sandbreak. Now, where was Sandbreak again? Oh, this general area is Sandbreak. Let's see here. Gotta stay zoomed in a little bit. We're looking for the Crook or the Croc, either way. Baywatch? Oh, there's a path there I didn't follow. I wonder if it's there. I'm gonna guess it is because I don't see anything else it could be. So the closest way to get there would be Dragon Airy. And then hug the wall. This wall. Yes.
Yeah.
Stuck in a damn bush. Well, something's spawning because I'm getting off without telling it to. Or not. It's definitely going to be a fight here at some point because this is an arena. Oh, it's a little side bit. Hello Phelan, hello Kitty. Mr. Bomb King, are you over here? I would describe this as an arena as well. Oh, yeah it is. Okay, perfect. Coronation.
Greetings, Your Majesty.
I'm not sure why that told me to dodge. I was very clearly safe behind it. He's getting juggled. Get him. He doesn't even have a stagger bar. Ah, that's why.
Nice try. Too slow.
I need fire. I should not be hurt by fire. Think Mark with the picture of a mandragora. Yeah, I needed that.
Your reign is over. Now to collect the ash.
Oh damn! I cut off
Still
the.
tuck the stuff. Let's see if there's any more. That should do it. If Hawaii needs more than this, he can fetch it himself.
Very true. Right, if we hand this in, we should be able to carry on with the main story. I think. I did all the letters, right? He uses his prison pocket for many things.
Is that the thing?
Including when he transported Torgal's bones.
Mid told me she was building a ship.
Now, what was the other part I needed to make Excalibur? I'm just thinking, if it is one of the marks in the desert, I would go do it, because it would give me a much better sword.
Think Mid might need some help.
I'll go check the smithy to remind myself.
All right there, Sid? How's that hunt for the bomb ash going?
I have it here.
That's the stuff. And plenty of it, too. Enough to keep the Alembic bubbling away for a good old while. You're a gent, Sid. Let nothing say otherwise. Right then. Let's get this contraption up and running.
Get a pun right out. That's where he keeps his weapons of mass destruction. It's his nuclear arsenal. Well, thank you for doing a British one, at least.
There we have it. The Telemon Alembic. And it works just like the chief said it would.
Very impressive.
Says the man who cut down a burning boulder. Speaking of which, I still haven't returned the favor.
There's no need. The good it will do for the hideaway is reward enough.
Don't be silly. Why don't you let me take a look at that bag of yours? The one you keep your potions in. Reckon I could work some magic on that.
Oh, more potions instead of better
What kind
potions.
of magic?
Well, we happen to have isolated a substance in our test run of the Alembic that I reckon will make even the toughest leather supple as anything. Thought we might use it to breathe new life into old boots and the like. Save the hideaway a few gil. Ah, I reckon if we slap a bit on your bag, it'll loosen it up enough.
I didn't thank you for redeeming the pun. That's misconstruing me.
It can't hurt to try, I suppose.
That's the spirit. Leave it with me. I'll only be a mo. Well, what do you reckon?
It certainly feels more flexible.
Flexible.
Right?
Okay.
Told you.
Thank you. I think.
No. Thank you for supporting Mid and the rest of us in our endeavors. Without you, we'd never have been able to discover wonders like that stuff I rubbed on your bag. And I'm telling you, there's
Please don't tell
plenty
people
more
you
where
rubbed
that
something
came
on my
from.
bag. Necessary for increasing consumable inventory capacity. Nice. Oh, 2 more normal potions actually. Alright, let me nip to the blacksmith and we'll see if we can discern what, if any, marker would be, or mark, would be what I need for Excalibur.
I went up to give some greens.
Clive.
Rex.
So, what'll it be?
Excalibur. I need a Grimalkin hide. That's a goblin, right? That's Grimalkin. I don't think either of the 2 marks sync up with that. It's a swarm of flies and a cat. Or is a Grimalkin something else?
Mid told me she was building a ship.
Is Grimalkin a cat? Oh, it is! It's only C rank. I need to find the cattery, but I guess, yeah, I will go do that because it will get us a better sword. The cattery in Dalmeca. I'm pretty sure we haven't been to a place called the cattery, so it's going to be in one of these areas I haven't been to. Not down here. So it's got to be off of this path here then. I mean, or this path here. Oh wait, no, it could be in the north as well. It looks like it keeps going. You know what, let's check that little north bit real quick. I don't know cats. I'm a dog person.
Let's go.
There's a cat here.
That'll do, girl.
Is that it? It looks too small.
Over here!
I don't think a place filled with dogs would be a cattery, but... No. Okay. Let's go check one of the other roads then. What about knowing your breeds of murder dog? Also, what's up, dog?
Good girl.
Alright, where's the closest one? That's filled in. It would be this path here.
Faster!
Bastard! I mean, you no harm, fellow Chocobos. Is this the path? Yes, it is.
No holding back.
Well, there's a salamander down here. Oh, can I jump that? It looks a bit too high. Yeah. So that's a shortcut down then. Oh, those scorpions had a different name. If you're not sent here on a main mission, then it's certainly a very large area.
All right.
Bombs.
Time to fight.
Not time to fight. It's time to look around for the cattery.
All right.
There is a bit back there, actually. Let me check that first. Because marks are mostly in dead ends. A chronolith is detected nearby. Okie dokie. You're not supposed to show the Jacobo fading into existence. I guess we just keep going up there.
Fly, Ambrosia.
I mean, Mean you no harm. Unless you hit me, in which case your life is forfeit. Oh, that could be it. That's just a coral. Wouldn't mind getting more bits from one of them, actually. It is just a coral. What do we have down here? A little oasis thing. I don't think this is going to be a cattery either. Abandoned fishing village. Okay. That's a dead end for now, but it does look like you can keep going this way. Still not having much luck finding the thing I'm looking for, though.
This must have been a fishing village before everyone left.
I don't even think they're attacking me. Through here? Yeah. Just checking for loot. 10 gil? That's almost 11 gil. Even coal. Ambrosia? No. Citrus thread. They're after me legs. Well, that might not be what this is. It might just be where the next story mission sends us to get somewhere, but we're here prematurely. That's why I was against coming here in the first place, but it might just be optional stuff. This does just seem to keep going. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, that's a wyvern. It looks like a special one, but it doesn't look like the thing I'm after. That could just be a salamander. But why is it in such a big arena by itself? I've got to check. It looks weird. Helgaro. Only level 30, but it's got a stun bar. Let's have a conversation.
Nice try.
Ooh, new record for 8K, I think. There's going to be something bigger and nastier here at some point. This is way too big an arena for just that. Like this is clearly an arena and it's huge. But it's also not the Cattery. Yeah, I think we've reached the terminus of this route. Yeah, there's definitely going to be a big nasty there at some point. Where the hell is the Cattery, though? That we can get there. It links into there. It is possible it's behind one of these blocked off bits because we need to do more of the main story before it will let us have it. I don't know if... Oh! There it is! It's over by where we killed the guy surrounded by bodies. Excalibur will be mine! I want it to be the one from Soul Eater. Okay, so it's the next right. Well, quite a way, but a right followed by a right followed by a fight. Wish I'd kept my limit break bar now. Because this will actually be difficult. Probably. Because it's a special mark.
Enough of you, are there?
I don't remember coming fully down this route. Strange woman lying upon... Yes, distributing swords is no basis for a system of government.
Alright.
I'm not here for doggles, I'm here for cattles. That's more doggles. Oh, I guess they're gonna get interrupted. There's the mama. Oh no, it's only rank C, that's not so bad. But it has health though, which I'm gonna have to deal with first.
Playtime for the pack, is it? Let me introduce you to mine. Give me thunder!
Why is a cat being squirted by dogs? What is this? I can't stand for this. Dogs and cats working together, outrageous.
Titan!
That did not lock onto the closest target. That's okay. Good. Let me do the counter. Okay, fair enough.
And then there was one.
Ooh, not quite. I think 48 was the best. Where's the paw staff? Oh yeah, there is cat people in Monster Hunter called that, isn't there? I don't pay attention to anything cat related.
That wasn't too bad, was it, Torgal?
Torgal says yes. He's in exceptional pain. Give me my sword. Oh wait, I might need to buy some of the Y-Right, but I'm pretty sure Karen sells it. It'll finally make me spend gil.
Back, are ya? What do you want?
Oh, never mind, I got exactly... Well, no, not quite exactly enough, but either way. 18 more attack, 33 more stagger.
Should last you a good while.
Can it be upgraded, just out of curiosity? Oh wait, no, purple weapons don't get upgraded.
Anything else?
No, it's got a fancy hilt. See you later, Armored. You're leaving just in time for me to finally get around to going back to the main story. I think that was the most side activities thrown at you at one time.
Mid told me she was building a ship.
Right, Clive. Asterix. Mid finished sending half the hideaway traipsing across the twins, has she? I swear, that girl'd do anything to put off visiting her old dad's grave. No excuses now, though, eh?
Not quite. She said there was one final thing she had to take care of. I'm sure she'll be finished soon enough.
She said that? In those words?
She did, yes.
Clive? Were you born yesterday or something? There is no thing. She'll probably be halfway to Canva by now.
Mid. I might still be able to catch her.
Clive's lack of knowledge of like people not saying what they mean is a nice recurring just little personality quirk.
Have you seen Mid?
Yep. In a boat, going that way.
Then I'm too late.
You in a hurry at all, are you? No, I offered to take her across, but she wouldn't wait. Just paid for a dinghy and rowed off. Oars going like the clappers. Got some life in her, ain't she? But anyway, I was on my way up to see you, as it happens. Got a letter for you. Urgent, by the sound of it. One of your uncle's men said I was to hand it to you in person, post-bleeding haste. And you're here now.
Thank you, Obolus.
Don't mention it.
What tidings, Uncle?
I can't be expected to read.
Trouble in Canva. Well, I'll need someone to keep an eye on Mid.
So what? Mid got us to do all the dirty work and then just sailed off into the sunset?
It, seems that way.
Well, nothing we can do about it now. But next time you plan on visiting Sid, you might want to tie her to something before you suggest it.
Ah, don't be so hard on her. Gotta admit, the dirty work was kind of fun. Everyone pitching in and all that bollocks. Just like when we built this place.
You're right.
Anyway, we all set to head to the old hideaway. I could do with getting to Canva pretty sharpish. Wouldn't do to keep Lord Rosfield of the Seven High Houses waiting now, would it? Not after he asked for me personally.
Gav will be leaving with me. Will you mind the place while we're gone?
You can count on me. Just be sure to give Sid and the others my regards. All right.
Oh, by the way, Jill will be joining us too. She's got some things to take care of, but she'll meet us there.
I hope she's telling the truth at least.
From that moment on, Clive believed all women are liars.
Well, Sid, I remember what you told me. That if no one is listening to what you have to say, you may as well not say it. But I will say this, old friend. Hugo Kuka is gone. His shadow looms over us no longer.
It's a pity the Phoenix can't be in two places at once. If he'd have been with us, maybe he could have done something for the lost.
Not even the Phoenix can bring people back from the dead. Life has a beginning and an end. So we must live while we have the chance. And not as slaves to the crystals, but as free men.
May we join you?
Lady Karen, what a pleasant surprise.
I thought I'd drop by and see how you were all doing before heading off to restock my supplies. It wasn't the most scenic view back then, but it were never as bad as this.
I know. The blight marches on. And soon, there'll be no escaping sights like these. So our mission remains unchanged. We cannot stop until every Mother Crystal is gone, and their thirst for ether with them. The only one that remains in Storm is Drake's Tail in the Crystalline Dominion.
Our next target.
We're going to Twinside.
It's the capital of the Empire these days. I wouldn't like to think how tightly guarded they've got the place. Not that that'll stop you, but we do well to scout it out before you go charging in.
We would indeed.
If you're off to the Dominion, you can take this great lump with you.
Goods.
Oh, I am sorry. Have you forgotten you're the most wanted man in the Twins? I thought you might like to disguise yourselves as the attendants of a travelling trader, assuming you've no better ideas. You wanted to buy yourself some tools, didn't you? Well, now's your chance.
You're letting me go with them? Oh, thanks, Nan.
Stop that! You'll break me bones, you great galoot. There's a caravan that runs back and forth between the Dominion and the Bocklad markets. It's managed by the Merchants Guild. Just show them Goots' traders pass and you'll be on your way. It'll be a damn sight less risky than footing it the length of the Crystal Road. That's for sure.
Thank you, Karen. And glad to have you with us, Goots.
Oh, okay then. I'll get me things and I'll meet yous there. See yous down in Bocklad.
Get off! Me poor fingers!
Yeah, altogether too jolly if you ask me.
Understood.
And Gav.
Thinking maybe 2 days from
Already
retirement.
on my way, Captain.
Be careful.
Aren't I always?
Do you see that, Sid? Your protege's making a proper little outlaw of himself.
New location finally. So it's not sending us through the desert then. Although I guess this could still link to it. Yeah, similar biome. Yes, okay. Onward. You can't tell me what to do. Ah, look, we're up there. Okay. And there's a side quest on the way.
How are you feeling?
Better. Thanks to Taya.
I'm glad to hear it.
And Torgal helped too. Thingy boy.
This used to be a trade route for merchants crossing the Scars, till the Republic laid a new road wide enough to let wagons pass, and all official traffic moved there.
Leaving this one for those living outside the law.
Indeed. I doubt we'll be the only outlaws on the trail today.
There's a big canyon, which we were down in earlier. Never have enough magic ash.
So what do you think?
That we'd be lucky to make it out alive. Really?
Oh, I bet they're going to open up the door back there because it'll be something down in the fishing village.
There's trouble up ahead. And too much of
Oh,
it for
unless they
us
say up
to
ahead, in
handle.
which case probably not.
I take it there's danger on the road.
What about this fearsome-looking fellow? You think he'd be equal to the task?
Oh, no doubt. Assuming he's willing to hear us out. Well met, friend. My brother and I have been tasked with finding a merchant's missing cart. You seen it by any chance?
How does a merchant misplace his cart?
Oh, the man's a coward. When he thought goblins might come a-snarling, he ran, leaving his livelihood abandoned in the pass.
He sent the two of us to fetch it, but it's gone. Now, I'm not much of a thinker, but I know the work of thieves when I see it.
My brother's right on all accounts. And by my estimation, the bastards are lying in wait just down the road.
We may have seen our share of action, true, but we've not got the skill in arms to boldly brave an ambush.
You, however, have the look of a man who needn't fear a band of backwater ruffians. What do you say? Will you help us out?
Sure, why not?
Chances are they'll come for you either way. But if you promise to lend us a hand, at least you'll pocket a reward for your troubles.
You're offering an extra pocket as some kind of reward.
Well, if I'm going to have to deal with them anyway.
You've clearly got a fine head on those broad shoulders.
We're lucky you came along. Now, hoping to make a heavy purse in Bocklad, our merchant friend loaded his cart with as much as it would carry. Reckon he won't be forking over the rest of our fee if we don't find those goods. So, while you're seeing to those bandits, you keep your eyes open.
All right. Just don't expect me to drag the cart out of there myself.
No. You can leave the cart to us. You just put an end to those bandits and point us in the right direction. You do that.
I'll show them my Excalibur. Unzips sound.
I'm not sure I trust
I was just going to say, I got the impression it wasn't flirting, it was that they're bandits, but
probably take care of them.
I guess it could be misconstrued either way.
Look either you lot. We've got guests.
These must be our bandits.
Desert Jinn.
Get him!
I anticipated another wave of enemies.
Nice try. This one. That's them dealt with. Now, where's the cart?
I don't think those were people I killed, was it? They're not dressed the same.
Getting all of this out of here will be a nightmare.
Seems we've found ourselves the right man for the job, wouldn't you say?
Found the cart and didn't leave a single bastard breathing. Our merchant friend will be delighted.
And how exactly will he be getting his goods out of here?
You leave that to us. After all, it'd be wrong to make such a fine warrior haul cabbages to market.
You've done your part.
I still don't trust them, even if they do just give the reward and then that's the end of it.
Here.
I don't like it. At all.
It's been a pleasure. Now piss off.
There's no need to be so rude, brother. What if we want his help again next time?
Guess we'll be seeing them again.
I see the Dalmex lag behind Rosaria when it comes to bridge building.
The fallen ruin should hold, at least. The path continues on the other side.
Yes, that's what paths usually do. I was curious about the center though, but I guess that just comes round. Robots!
It's over.
Including the orb. Precious orb. Can't ponder it if it's dead. Well, we spent about an hour and just over an hour 30 doing various side activities this time, so we're going to see like 20 minutes of main story. Niagara Falls? What's that doing here?
So this is Zemeckis.
The land of the gods. It's even more impressive than I imagined. I remember being captivated by the story as a child.
Long, long ago, man was overcome by avarice and challenged the gods in a bid to win their power. The final battle took place here, at these falls. Or so the legend goes. If anyone ever manages to plumb those depths, perhaps we'll learn if there's any truth to the tale.
That the gods emerged victorious.
So that's what happened to the
Punished
previous
man for his
existence.
defiance by visiting upon him 2 curses.
Dominance and bearers. To tell the truth, I always thought it strange that the dominant and their icons were deemed a curse. Back home, the dominant inherited the throne. They were admired and exalted, not spurned. Whenever I got to that part of the story, I always assumed there must be something I'd misunderstood.
You had a lot of storybooks, didn't you? In your room, I mean. When we were young.
The old legends were always my favorites. Epic battles between gods and men. Father encouraged me to read as much as I could. He thought it good for my education.
You really were a boy like any other, weren't you?
Just look at this place.
Just enough to make you believe the legends are true.
I know.
We're not far from Boklad. The road will be busier up ahead.
Then we'll have to keep our wits about us. Clive? Something wrong?
Nothing. It's nothing.
Did he see something or feel something?
I see the reports are true, Father. You have surrendered the throne to Olivier.
I have.
Those flowers are always there.
Emperor Olivier shall rebuild the Holy Empire of Sambrec.
How is he to rule an empire? He is but a boy.
I shall advise him until he comes of age.
Father, please.
Or for as long as I am able. The empire we seek to build needs young blood to rule it, and I can think of none better suited to the task. There is other news, Dion. Hugo Kupka is dead, and Drake's Fang destroyed. The pillars of the Republic have fallen. Ere long, the Imperial banner shall fly over every city in Storm. And then, Valisthea. All shall bow before their Emperor.
Father, these are the words of a tyrant.
They are the words of a god. The Emperor whom I gladly serve. Great Grieger, made flesh. Return to your camp, Dion, and ready your forces. It is time to show the world the true power of Sambrec.
Father. I find you much changed. Is this truly the path you wish to tread? Or are these the ambitions of another? Of Ultima, perhaps?
What nonsense is this? I speak my mind, and my mind only. Though I do owe Annabella thanks for reminding me of certain truths regarding the nature of nations, of rulers, and of the divine.
You would trust the words of this traitress? She betrayed her country. She slew her husband.
You have ever been an invaluable servant to Sambrec, Prince Dion. I trust you will continue to serve your Emperor in the wars to come.
The canker! Silence! Insolent wretch! You will bend the knee. All else is heresy.
Sire, forgive me.
This audience is over. Come, your Radiance. The Rowena Syndicate awaits your pleasure.
Oh, not another meeting with silly old men. They're so boring. I'm hungry, Father. Can't we have luncheon instead?
Does it pain you that you will not inherit your father's throne?
I have suffered worse.
Count your blessings, Dion. For a base-born child to be chosen by Bahamut is miracle enough. You have risen high on his wings, but you shall rise no higher, lest your impure blood stain the throne.
What do you know of my blood?
Is that an implication regarding whoever his mother is, or was that an implication about the gay thing?
The Boklab markets are to the north. We just need to hug the coast.
Because we don't know who his mother was. I think. Oh, apparently there's an enemy over there.
All yours, Torgal.
Infiltrating the Dominion won't be easy with the Imperials on high alert.
No. His Radiance has lost one capital already. We can be sure Sylvester will do everything in his power to hold on to Twinside. His troops are well trained and increasingly battle-hardened. But it's not as if we can wait for the siege to end.
Just want to check the Republican Gate. Okay. I just wanted to know what was in the other direction. Probably travel by Chico. Oh, we're not. Oh, we are allowed. Okay. It said no for a second.
Faster!
More refugees.
And they're all making for the Crystalline Dominion.
Because they don't know how to live without the crystal's blessing.
I'm not going to have a want for desert roses with having we picked up in this session.
No need to ride from here.
There are no
Rats.
crystals here. We have to keep going. The Crystalline Dominion is our only trust.
This is where we're supposed to meet Goots, isn't it?
That's right. He said he'd wait for us here after replenishing his supplies. I dare say he'll have finished by now.
Let me carry your goods.
Peaches and pears. Beets.
Just want to make sure there wasn't a side quest.
Wonders from across the water. Come one, come all. Feast your eyes. Good sir, can I interest you in...
How much? For a measly crust of bread?
You won't find any cheaper. Not now.
Oh no, it's mimicking real life too harshly.
More than welcome to look.
Wait until he sees the price of milk and eggs. And butter. And everything. Sorry for the chair noise. I keep on having to adjust because of the weird angle I sit at to play
The
this.
occupation of the Crystalline Dominion is still in effect. Only those whose business in Twinside has been officially approved by the Republican Army will be permitted to cross the border. All who seek entry are to form a line and ready their documents for inspection.
It looks like we aren't the only ones who are eager to leave.
And they're checking everyone.
Can't you make an
Not for the likes of you.
We won't get through without that pass.
Let's go and find Good, shall we?
They could also just kill them. Just throwing that out there as an option.
Around here somewhere.
Taste my peaches. They're sweet as nectar.
You propositioning me?
I'll take the large one.
An excellent choice, Mike.
Ah, Good. There you are.
Clive, I'm so sorry. Don't tell Nan, will you?
Slow down, Good. Just tell us what happened.
It's me trader's pass. It's gone. We cannot ride the caravan without it. We won't even be able to get through the flipping checkpoint.
Do you remember when you last saw it?
It was in my pocket a minute ago. Then a bairn bumped
A bairn.
into me and-
He actually said a Scottish word.
You don't think that they might have nicked it, do you?
It wouldn't surprise me. A busy market like this is prime territory for pickpockets.
So, to get the pass back, we need to find this child. Where would we even start?
Dirty little thieves take his hand as well.
Nowhere. I've got a pal in Bocklad who might be able to help us. No one knows more about what goes on round here than she does.
Where do we find her?
In that big house I looked at earlier.
She's the owner of the Crimson Caravans.
Crimson Caravans?
Sign's got a red chocobo on it.
We going full New Vegas?
No time like the present.
You two go on ahead. I'm gonna check the rest of my stuff, make sure no one else is missing.
All right. We'll meet you there.
He's kind of mixing the accents though, because we don't really. I know I say now every now and then. It's not really a Scottish thing to say now. Oh, let's check this vendor.
Out of my sight, wretch.
Well met.
Enhancer. Your sword is bad and you should feel bad. Although it would have been better had I not had Excalibur.
Farewell.
Oh, is it another whore house? Because Sid frequented all the... Oh no. Back here somewhere. Got a bit of music from that. He isn't doing a Scottish accent. He's saying some Scottish words, but no, he's English.
Looking to hire a coach? It's 10 million for a two-birder to the Crystalline Dominion. Take it or leave it.
Oh, we're not here for that.
Then I bid you good day.
Oh, wait! Don't go, El. He's me mate.
Yeah, he doesn't sound Scottish to me.
As I live and breathe. Goots, what are you doing back in Bocklad? I gather Lady Karen didn't send you.
Actually, she did. That's what you get for making assumptions.
So what trouble have you got yourself into this time?
It's me trader's pass. It got stolen. By a little bairn.
Of all the... You're the size of a marble. Honestly. Ugh.
Goots told us that you know the markets well. Might you have an idea which little bairn could have done this?
We don't intend to punish them. We just need our pass back. Then we can be on our way.
I see. So neither of you has a trader's pass either. Not that anyone would take you for traders, but I suppose that's why you came to me, correct?
We'll resolve this little pass dispute and then we'll switch over.
Now, I can't say for sure who took your pass, but I suspect I know why they did it. Let me explain.
It was the style of the time, Jeff.
Ever since the Fist marched on the Dominion, the Republic has been clamping down on any commerce that might aid the Empire more than it does us. Which means traders' passes have gone from being merely a way of easing one's progress to being essential if one wishes to cross the border at all.
And with demand outstripping supply, they've become a precious commodity, leading some to seek to acquire them by less than legitimate means.
Legitimate business?
So the children are stealing passes to sell on the black market?
Yes and no. Passes are inscribed with the names of their owners, and yet none of the victims' names have appeared on the register of those passing through the checkpoint.
Which means?
That someone is doctoring the stolen passes. The same someone who is encouraging the children to steal them. And the same someone who has Goots' pass, no doubt. Whoever they are,
Keep on thinking they
they're
call him
ruining the
Gooch and I
livelihoods of
can't
honest
take it
merchants,
seriously.
which is why we've decided to take a stand. Will you stand with us? You want to get your pass back, and we want to ensure that no more are stolen. Catch whoever's behind it all, and 2 birds shall be slain with a single stone.
Yeah, that's how that expression goes.
Is there any other way of getting to the Crystalline Dominion Goods?
They won't let you in if you're not with the caravan. It's that, I don't know, try swimming across the strait.
Hey, it sounds like he's from the West Country.
The guards will definitely spot you if you try and do that. Like, we don't want to get spotted, right?
So either we find the people who took the pass.
I don't know. I don't know my regional English accents, but I know that I don't know of any Scottish people that sound like him.
All right.
Although you'd be hard pushed to find one that sounds like me as well, I suppose.
Yeah, but I don't know your name. Eloise at your service.
Clive.
A pleasure doing business with you, Clive.
Another seal! He's dripping with them.
The proprietor of the furniture makers by the coach stop is spearheading the search. Wear that, and he will know you for a friend. I suggest that you speak with him first.
This could be more involved than I'm thinking. I thought it would just be a case of tracking down the kid. Do a shakedown and get it back. I was going to say there's another similarity to New Vegas because we're dealing with counterfeits, but the Crimson Caravan wanted to stop the counterfeit caps from what I remember. They weren't encouraged. Well, I guess no, she wants to stop them as well, and she's the Crimson Caravan, so it is the same.
Jug of snake spit for the road.
The caravan stops next to the check.
Are you the furniture maker?
Looking for something in particular? Ah, Eloise collared you too, eh? Then I expect you want to know more.
She told me you were leading the hunt for the pickpockets. What have you learned?
For one, that they're targeting the traders carrying the biggest packs. Harder to watch your back, see? And less chance of the mark giving chase if they're spotted. Not that they'd be likely to catch them. Those imps know every inch of this warren like the backs of their hands.
Their eyes must have lit up when they saw Goots.
The fishmonger round by the gate's been trying to track down the children involved. You should go and have a word with her.
Thank you. We will.
Their eyes must have lit up when they saw Gooch.
You won't find anything of this quality in Twinside.
You should come with me to the Dominion. Life will be...
Fish for sale! Fresh sorted and smoked!
Ew.
Can I interest you? Ah, sorry. Message from Eloise, is it?
She's asked me to help her. To help you find the pickpockets.
Is that so? Suppose I better tell you what I know then. For one, this isn't a family operation. All the traders say the children who stole their passes were dirty, dressed in rags. Street urchins, by the sound of it. We get a lot around here.
Orphans from the wars.
A few, perhaps. You saw the refugees gathered by the entranceway? They're all looking for a new start in the Dominion and beyond. Some of them take it as an opportunity to rid themselves of unwanted baggage.
The shame of it.
Whoever's behind this would have to have made themselves known to the children at some point.
And so should we.
You should start with the children around here, then. I doubt they're the ones involved, but they might have heard something.
It's worth a try.
All right then. Questioning children. How hard can that be?
Unsheath sword. Threaten for information. Got it.
Excuse me. Do you mind if I ask you something?
Can't stop you.
I was just wondering if anyone has asked you to do anything out of the ordinary.
That's not how you ask what you're trying to ask.
So guess what I'm about to tell you to do?
Sorry. I'll leave you alone.
I'll take the large one.
It's very shiny pots you've got there and cups.
Do you have a moment?
What do you want?
So are you just a really small adult?
Who's asking children like you to pick pockets?
I don't know. Nobody's asked me. What's picking pockets? Do you get paid for it?
No, you get in trouble for it. So if they come calling, you know what to tell them. Excuse me?
What do you want? I don't have any money.
It's all right. We're not going to hurt you. We just want to talk.
What about?
We've heard that some very bad people are making children like you steal from travelers. We need to know who's behind it so we can stop them.
I don't know much about it, really. But my friend, Honza, he said he got a job doing something dangerous.
Sounds promising.
We need to find him and ask.
Do you know where your friend might be?
He's usually by the tents outside town.
Thank you. You've been very helpful.
Alright, officers, arrest this lady. She's admitted to being an accomplice.
Come on, come on!
Let me carry
He's just
you
doing a
goods.
Dark Souls on one of those two people.
Porter for hire.
That's that then.
She must have meant the refugee camp.
Let's hope he's still nearby.
Suspicious that he's looking at the ground, hiding his face.
Daddy, I'm hungry.
No food for you.
That big fat donkey was easy picking.
I get your car joke, Jeff. Don't think I didn't.
If we robbed his boots off him. Yeah. Wish we hadn't handed over the pass, though. Could use one of those things to get out of this dump.
Chance to be a fine thing.
Another very
When they
small
found
adult.
out, they'd string us up by our guts.
Would they now? Perhaps you'd like to introduce us to these charming characters.
Shit, we're in trouble now. What do we do?
You two get caught if you want. I'm off.
Hunter, where are you going?
So that was Hunter, eh? Jill, you watch these two. I'm going after him.
All right.
He can't have gone far. I need to
Break
find
into
him
a
before his
sprint. You have
employees
teleportation powers. You could catch him with ease.
Did you see a boy run past? He stole something from a friend of mine.
There was a boy ran back there towards the chocobo pen, but...
Thank you.
Or you could just throw lightning at him. Yeah, that'd do the trick. Can't outrun that. There he is. There's gonna be a fight here. This is big and open.
Oh, shit. Cornered.
It's all right, Hunter. I'm not going to hurt you. I just want to ask you some questions.
Fine. Not like I've got a choice.
I'm looking for the people who are making you steal for them. Who are they?
Called themselves the Carstones. They said they'd give me good gill if I did what they told me. I knew they were bad, but bread doesn't come for free. Didn't come at all half the time, before I started buzzing for them. You know, if I didn't do it, they'd just pick on someone else. Someone they could push around easier.
Hansa.
You found him then?
Jill. Where are the other two?
Eloise is watching over them. She sent Goots and I to look for you.
You're... him!
I love that their voices are
That's
reversed.
what you're after. I gave it to the Carstones. Whatever you do to me, I can't get it back. Not that I go against them anyway. If it weren't for their gill, me and my mates would have starved.
And attacked by someone. And I know an arena when I see one.
Cowards. You will not force another child to do your bidding.
Wait, we're not...
Don't hurt him.
You're making a mistake. We're on the same side.
Like hell we are. That brooch. Where did you get it?
Master Theo?
Goots. What are you doing with these people? Unless you're the ones my sister was talking about.
Your sister?
Or no, okay, a fight in the cutscene does not count. Some people could still show up, though.
Eloise didn't tell us she had a brother.
And why would she? I'm just her back and a blade. Theodore, at your service. Sorry about before.
Theodore, what do you know of the cast stones?
Vultures who have made Boklad their hunting ground. They prey on the desperate, stealing from those with gil and bullying those without it into joining their flock. I'd been looking into their activities in hope of sparing the refugees any further hardship. But it seems they've already stooped even lower than I'd feared. Hans is a good lad. Don't blame him for what they've made him do. If he and his friends hadn't agreed to work for the stones, some other poor souls would have. On pain of death, most likely. Clive, was it? And my sisters asked you to help put an end to the pickpocketing. Then we all want the same thing.
Well, there's obviously more to this because the matter is not resolved. A meteorite, though, very rare.
Oh, where is it?
So, what's the plan?
What else? We find the cast stones and we crush them. You get your trader's pass back, and I make Boklad a safe place again.
All right then.
All right then. Hansa, where are they camped? Don't worry. They'll never know you told us.
This sword looks really rusted.
They always come to town to collect the passes. Meet us outside the gate. I tried following them once, but they spotted me halfway down the trail. Said they'd string me up.
We'll try it this time. Which way were they going?
Back down the road towards Leighton's Cleft.
To Leighton's Cleft, then.
Blood from the stones.
Leighton's Cleft is to the south, past the camp.
Alright, well this seems like a good stopping point to pick it up from next time, chasing these down, and we'll focus more on main story next time, because I don't think there's any, there's no side quests. So next time we'll be more focusing and progressing.